If you're too busy to fish, you're just too busy. I'm Wright Brennan. This is the Lost in the Midlands podcast, brought to you by Midlands Dumpster Services and Seawright Roofing. And today I am here with an entrepreneur, a musician, a B&I networker, my friend John Fichtner with Rock the Top Resurfacing. John, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Heck yeah. So, John, you got a lot going on.
I do.
We were just talking about how busy you are.
Yes, I am very busy.
Well, and I know you've been in business for a long time.
I have.
You guys have been.
How many years? It's almost embarrassing. Most people aren't even this old. Yeah.
Oh, so
34 years. Yep. I'm a grandfather, a godfather almost.
It's an impressive run, and you're still running, still going hard.
I go hard.
Still going hard. Well, I want to hear about the business, but before we get into that, I want to hear a little bit about your beginnings.
Beginnings?
Where you came from, how you got to this point.
I don't really remember because it was so long ago. We started as a carpet cleaning company.
Wow.
Yep. Just for a short period of time because I'm cleaning all these carpets for these apartment communities.
Yeah.
Should I back up before that even or not?
Yes. Yeah. Wait, where are you from? I know you're not from Columbia.
I'm from northern Lower Michigan, up by Mackinac Bridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what brought you here?
The snow took me away from there.
Okay.
But first we moved to Northern Virginia.
Cool.
And started a carpet cleaning company. Well, I worked for a Bennigan's Corporation, but we ended up starting a carpet cleaning company. A friend of mine who I taught how to cook in the restaurant industry asked me to partner up with him, and he had a bunch of work at apartment communities cleaning carpets, cleaning carpets. So we're hoofing these machines up and down the stairs, and I'm cleaning all these carpets with them, and we didn't make hardly any money. I don't think we made any money. But we're cleaning all the paint off the dang floor, and I'm like, I went to the maintenance soup. I'm like, dude, man, do I really got to keep cleaning up after these painters? I mean, it's worse than the stains from the people that are living there. And he's like, well, you think you can do better? I'm like, yeah, I know I can do. Why don't you give me 3 units? So I did them.
Yeah.
And he loved them. And if I'm going to spill any paint on the carpet, I'm going to clean it up myself. So I got nobody to blame but me. So I ended up picking up all the apartment communities as a painter too. So I dropped the carpet cleaning. No offense to the carpet cleaners out there, but I feel your pain.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. So now we're painting walls.
Okay.
And then, after a few years of that, instead of painting walls, I'm building walls, or painting doors, I'll hang the doors. I mean, so then we're renovating all these units, and I got like 700 units to renovate, and one day I'm in a bathtub getting ready to cut out with a Sawzall, and one of my painters came in, and he said, hey, Mr. John, let that stay there. Let me resurface that for you. This is a long time ago. And I'm like, resurface it. I've seen this done, but I've never done it. Let's go ahead and do that. So he did it. I came in the next day, and it was gorgeous. I'm like, wow, how long did it take you? How much are the supplies? So I went to the regional. I'm like, hey, come check this tub out. And he came, and he's like, great, what? I'm like, it's the same tub. Rather than $2,500 to replace it and the tile walls, leave it right there, and we'll just resurface it for $350. He's like, what?
Yeah.
So he's like, do them all. So then I realized, if I can resurface the bathtub, why can't I resurface the ceramic tile walls too? So we did one. Called him in, said, hey, come out and check out the surround. And he looks at it, and he's like, wow, it looks great. What is it? I'm like, we resurfaced it. I don't have to tear them off the wall just because they're yellow and ugly. Leave them right there and resurface it. And by the way, when you do it, the grout lines are sealed too. So you never have to worry about. That's what makes the tile fail. They get wet,
the grout,
and they're compromised, and then next thing you know, they're cracking and falling off the wall. Not anymore. So then now we're doing all them. And I'm like, wait a minute. I remember way back when I used to paint for another company, we used to tear wall covering off the wall. Is this going on too long?
No, this is.
So we used to tear wall covering off the wall, and instead of painting the wall, we would spray the stuff called Polymix on the wall.
Okay.
And it would dry, and it would look like wall covering.
Well, that's what I was wondering. What is this stuff you're putting on? Is that what it is, Polymix?
Well, that company got bought out by a company called Multi-Spec, and it's little tiny droplets of paint. There's like a machine that cuts these little droplets of different colored paints. The paints don't like each other. They're not compatible. If you got a black one, you got a white one, they're not going to coagulate and become gray. They stay, they don't meld. So that's called now multi-spec, and if you spray it on a wall, it looks like stone. Huh. So I'm sleeping one day, I'm like, wait a minute. So if I spray Polymix or multi-stone on a kitchen countertop, and I put clear coat on top of it that's extremely durable. I wonder how good that would look. So I did one, and it was gorgeous. I call the regional up. I'm like, hey, check out this new countertop color I found. And he looks at it. He's thinking I'm renovating it. And he looks at it. He's like, wow, where'd you find that color? I'm like, it's the same countertop. I hate to use the word paint, but we painted it. But you don't buy these paints at Sherwin-Williams or Benjamin Moore. They're way higher quality than that. So it's really strong stuff. So he's like, I love it. How much? I'm like, $350. Heck of a lot better than $1,000. Mind you, this is 20-some years ago. But he's like, do them all. So now I'm making this guy a millionaire. He's saving one apartment complex hundreds of thousands of dollars. And he's got a lot of apartment complexes. So now we're exploding, and I dropped the painting company.
So you're still working for the apartment complex.
Yeah.
This whole thing birthed out of carpet cleaning.
Yeah.
And then you started the resurfacing, and then you found a new way
to do everything. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're also doing, custom residentials with real estate agents too, and that's doing good too. Once a real estate agent's like, oh my gosh, you can do all this, and I don't have to gut bathrooms. I mean, to gut a bathroom these days is $20,000.
Yeah. We
got out of one last week, $3,000. We did the floor, we did the walls, we did the bathtub, did the vanity top, and we put a new toilet in too. They bought the toilet and had it sitting outside, but if I'm going to take a toilet off the floor and I'm going to put the toilet back, it might as well be a new one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, just everything about it. And the chemicals are getting better and better, and they don't smell as bad, and more beautiful, more durable. It's the technology that is just like all technologies kicking butt.
And at some point you moved down here. So when did that happen?
5 years ago.
Okay.
6 years ago, we went on a vacation on the 4th of July. We went to Lake Wiley. We rented a house, and we were exhausted from working like crazy. Northern Virginia is kind of like New York. It's just go, and I'm already a super high energy guy, and you put a person like me in a high energy environment, I'm going to kill myself. So we went on a vacation on the 4th of July, and we're sitting drinking coffee on the deck looking at this lake in front of us, and I look over to my right, the guy's doing the same thing on the deck over there. And I look over to my left, the guy's doing the same thing over there. And I look at Kathy, and I'm like, why can't we do this? Yeah. I mean, these guys all do this, and they're just kicked back and relaxed. Why can't we be relaxed? So we decided, let's do it.
Heck yeah.
So we researched Lake Wiley, find out you can't eat the fish out of the lake because it's really a big muddy river. Nothing against my Lake Wiley fans, but I like the fish. That's what I ultimately wouldn't mind doing. But if I can't eat the fish, I'm not going to swim in a lake either. I mean, something made them sick. So
right.
So I'm like, bagged the whole idea, and then David Soderquist, a friend of mine from northern Lower Michigan, called me up and said, John, check out Lake Murray. They take care of the lake. It's clean. You can eat the fish. It's a fishing hot spot.
Great place
ESPN has huge tournaments. I'm like, huh. We came down here and looked at it, and sure enough,
yeah,
it was nice. So that's what we decided to do. That's a whole nother story. She's over there laughing at me. Trying not to make
I've learned so much in such a short period of time already.
Sorry.
Well,
coming down off the coffee.
Okay, so you guys decided to move to
Lexington,
and then you had to find some customers. So what was that journey like?
Wow. So we didn't know. We knew David Soderquist, like the only person. He lived on the Chapin side, so a little bit of a hike, but we didn't know anybody. It was a leap of faith.
I guess you brought a bunch of tools. You had everything.
Oh yeah.
You had the whole setup. You were ready to go.
Yeah, I had a van full of, and I had just really not much of a chance that we weren't going to do well with all. I don't mean to brag. Don't get me wrong. I got a lot of ability, so I can fall back on something somewhere, somehow.
Yeah.
But somehow Shirley Town called me out of the blue, and she said, hey, I heard about what you have going on here, and you are a unicorn. I want to have coffee with you.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, okay. So we sat down, and what a huge soul she has, and what a giving heart. She's amazing. Shirley.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she's like, I want you in my BNI, and we just got to figure out what chapter's going to fit. So we figured that out. Had to be an early morning thing. And jumped into Casual Friday, and it's just been introducing people like you and, everybody. And she just introduced me basically to my world here.
Yeah.
And that's really how it happened. It really is. And I was able to, I always wanted to only resurface because I love it.
Yeah.
Taking something disgusting and making it beautiful. I like that. And I'm not killing, the planet. Nothing's going in a landfill except for a wasteful toilet. So what's not to love about all that? I mean, I really, really like it a lot. So I was able to drop the drywall and the painting and all the plumbing, all that other stuff, which, by the way, people still call me for. I can say, here, you need a plumber, you need an electrician, I can, now that I'm in the B&I, I can give out a lot of referrals, which I love to do, so I can help other people, and the give-gain thing works better for us. And, I mean, it's just amazing. So Shirley opened me up to that whole world, and we really love it. Now we're in 2 chapters because it works so well.
This is Wright Brennan, the owner of C. Wright Roofing. When it comes to the maintenance of your roof, you want to know that you have an experienced team that knows what they're doing. And with 10 years in the business, we check all the boxes. Leaky roof, storm damage, or just overdue on maintenance, give us a call at 803-828-4181 for a free estimate. Again, that's 803-828-4181. And remember, our commitment is to roof it the right way. So word of mouth is a big piece of y'all's business.
Yes, it's everything, really. Yeah, we do go into a neighborhood, and the neighbors find out, and they see what we did, and we're doing all there, and we're doing the brothers and the sisters and the mothers, and I mean, it's just kaboom.
Yeah, that's a great way to go about it.
It's really great. Yep.
That is awesome. And how's your team grown? Do you have people that are helping? I mean, I've seen some social media stuff. It looks like you guys are growing.
Yeah, I'm trying to fight the growing thing. I've had 25 employees, and I've had 1 myself. And I really like it under 5, less headaches. And frankly, what we do is not an easy thing to do. There's a lot of chemicals that we have to deal with, and there's a lot to know. I spend a year training somebody. I don't just send somebody to a 2-week school. I spend a year before I let them go on their own and do a bathtub. Yeah. Because you can't we have to worry about things that can happen like a fly. We get a fly land in a coating, or pollen or humidity, or there's so many, all of that. I mean, there's just so many different things to worry about. That a cat can jump on your surface after you. Yeah, that's probably there's a lot of ways to skin a cat. Oop, I probably shouldn't have said that. I would never hurt a kitty. But anyway, you know what I mean. So I like it under 5. A great deal. So right now there's 3 of us out in the field. Yeah. And I want to keep it that way. Maybe add I do need another person, really, but it's hard to find help. If you've talked to people like me, that you will, first thing they'll tell you, it's really difficult finding. Everybody wants to be a supervisor. Nobody wants to get their hands dirty.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
I can't blame them. But
well, music or fishing? Which one's more?
I want to have my band on my fishing boat.
Both at the same time.
Yep. Okay. Yep. We actually talked about doing that, and I think we're going to do that. It might scare the fish away, but.
And what's the name of your band?
The Fringe Benefits Band. They are amazing.
And what instrument are you currently?
Well, I'm hoping to be able to play the bass in the band. I've been the sound man for the last year, but I'm hoping that they'll let me into my own band as the bass player. I'm working really hard to become a bass player.
You got to fight your way back.
I do. It's going to be embarrassing if I can't even join my own band, but I don't think they'll do that to me. But wouldn't blame them if I'm not good enough. I'm a guitar player I started it as a guitar player and I sang. But
what advice would you give to somebody who's thinking about starting a remodeling company, whether it's resurfacing or anything, painting, carpet cleaning?
Put your heart and soul into it and be ready to work. Be honest and work super hard, and you can reap the benefits. I mean, if you do everything the way you're supposed to do it and don't try to do anybody wrong, you should be. I mean, it's our heyday right now. Yeah. As everybody knows. I mean, if you're skilled and you're willing to get your hands dirty and get out there and bust some butt, you can do very well. And if you're not going to do what you say you're going to do, the word gets around real quick. So yeah, I don't know what my advice would be, but something along those lines.
There's opportunity out there?
There's tons. Yep.
Awesome.
Yep, it's a feeding frenzy right now, and all you got to do is work.
Well, people who are interested in getting their bathrooms resurfaced, where can they find you?
RockTheTopResurfacing.com is our website. We have a pretty active Facebook wall as well. It's Rock the Top Resurfacing. And
free estimates?
Yep, free estimates. Yep.
You guys go to Chapin, Lexington, Blythewood?
I'm trying to stay away from the distance. I mean, if I drive an hour to do an estimate, I'm driving an hour back.
Yeah.
And that's just for the estimate. Then you got to drive there to do the work, and then you got to drive back. And if you got 2 guys, you got 8 hours of driving going on for one job. And, it becomes, I want to save people money. So, if I got to tack on $500 for drive time, it might only be in Blythewood, but when I do work in Blythewood, I ask them, please don't tell anybody I came and did this for you. You can brag all you want to, but try not to spread the word too much.
In Columbia?
Columbia, we're all over Columbia.
Lexington?
Okay. Chapin, we were in Chapin yesterday, and we got plenty right in the small footprint. One day, this is true, when we first moved here, I live at Spence's Point, and I was helping everybody out there, but I acquired the job of just staining all the walkways there. So one day, my commute was my first step out the door. Shortest commute in the world. Nobody's got a shorter commute than that. So that happened to me.
That is fantastic. Well, you guys are running an awesome business. I'm fired.
We like it. Thanks for having us. We really do appreciate it.
And, we're excited to have you back on in the future. With your personality, we got to get you back on this show, man. So
next time we'll have Kath.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, hey, thanks for coming on today.
Thanks a lot. I really do appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Hey everyone, many thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, give us a follow and click the bell to stay up to date on future episodes, or click the link to watch another previous episode. Also, don't forget to like, share, and please leave us a comment. We'd love to hear your feedback.